It's time for the semifinals of the WPBA U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association. Our players getting ready inside the Riverwind Casino. Excitement in the air. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sooner State here in Norman, Oklahoma. Glad you're with us. Semifinal action at the WPBA U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. Mitch Lawrence alongside two-time U.S. Open champion, the striking Viking, Ava Mattia Lawrence. Ava, we've had a great week here in Norman already. If I had asked you at the beginning of the week who you thought our first two semifinalists would be, I'm pretty sure even you wouldn't have said Iris Renola of the Philippines and Yuram Cha of Korea.
Yeah, absolutely incredible what these two have accomplished already, just getting to this position into the semifinals. I had a chance to talk to both of them after their wins in the quarterfinals, and about the first thing that came out of either one of their mouths was how nervous they were. But a lot of time that pressure of being on television, of wanting to play well, wanting to have the first win like this, kind of translates into positive energy, and it really translated into some phenomenal play.
Well, they have already, as Ava said, had some phenomenal play, and both have titles in their native lands in Asia. And how about the weeks for Iris Renola knocking off Allison Fisher and Ga-Young Kim, and Yuram Cha knocking off Xiaoting Pan and Karen Kaur. They've proven they can do it. One of these two will move into the finals. Let's find out who it'll be. Getting ready for the lag to see who will have the first break. Yuram Cha of Incheon in Korea, now spending a lot of time in Orlando. Iris Renola from Zamboanga City in the Philippines, now spending a lot of time in Detroit, Michigan. Both players serious about making a name for themselves, and boy, have they started that road. Here we go. Let's look at the rules of 9-ball, cue ball, and balls numbered 1 to 9. You have to hit the lowest numbered ball on the table first, and the rack will be over when the 9 is pocketed. And we have been building all week for these last 3 matches, 2 semifinals and a final. Iris Renola is going to get us started.
It was a good, solid break there. She let the cue ball go just a little bit, but she is going to have an open shot at the 1. And see, she can make the 1 ball here in the corner and try to come 2 rails, 1, 2 down here for the 2 balls. Got to watch out for that 7 and the 8. But it looks like she should be able to just play a speed shot here. She doesn't have to do much with the cue ball, just center ball. That looks good, Mitch.
That is a big-time shot right off the bat for Iris.
She's put herself in a pretty good situation here. The balls are pretty open. She's going to hit this with low right. Let's draw the cue ball into the rail and up a little bit for the 4. And this is looking really good. Good opening, a good opportunity for an opening statement here, Mitch.
As Iris Renola looks at the 4, we've had a chance this week to have some opinions, some thoughts from the 4-time and defending U.S. Open champion, Allison Fisher. She is down on the floor at the moment with a couple of very special guests. Allison?
I'm joined now by Elvin and Matthew. Elvin is Iris Renola's brother-in-law and your son Matthew. Can you tell us a little bit about the state of pool for women in the Philippines, please?
Yeah. There's a lot of good players in the Philippines. But the problem is the exposure compared like you know, the world champions and over there, they don't have the chance to play them open. So when they have the chance to play them once in a while, they're like intimidated.
So what happened was she was playing in the Philippines,
Yep.
and then you encouraged her to come over. I believe you live in Michigan?
Yeah, we encouraged her, you know, to try to play here, like the regional tour. And then when she started playing the regional tour, she started dominated the regional tour. So, and till now, she's, you know, keep going strong. Yeah. So hopefully, she could win it all.
So Matthew, do you play pool?
Yeah, I practice a little.
Do you? You want to be like Iris out there one day?
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Allison. And while that interview was taking place, Iris Renola has been putting a hurt on this opening rack. This 9 for an opening lead against Yuram Cha here in Norman. more than a decade, the world's best women's 9-ball tour has been dominated by Europeans and Americans. Lately, however, the stars of Asia have begun to shine brightly on American soil. And today, two relative unknowns from across the Pacific, both of whom have already had a huge impact on this major event, will take another historic step. Iris Renola, the Philippine national champion. Yuram Cha, the Korean Pro Pool Tour champion. When this semifinal ends, one of them will have a chance to take home the most coveted title on tour, that of a U.S. Open 9-ball champion.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. It's what winning feels like. By the American Pool Players Association, the largest amateur pool association in America. And by Brunswick Billiards since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship preferred by experts around the world.
The beautiful Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma. Construction going on right now to add rooms to an already fantastic destination. 88 standard rooms, 12 suites coming your way. Business Center completion in November of 2008. Home of the 2008 United States Open. Here's a look at our Pool Dog road to the finals. You see our 4 semifinalists. The winner of this match will meet the winner of the Jeanette Lee Kelly Fisher semifinal, Iris Renola, and what a week it has been. How do you like starting off with a victory over the #1 ranked player at the time, Allison Fisher, 9-8, and then Ga Young Kim, 9-8, two of the top 4 players in the world, taken out by Iris Renola. And her quarterfinal victory over Sarah Ellerby, also impressive, looked very comfortable the whole time. Yuram Cha, a little over half the time, balls on the break coming into this match. Been a fantastic week for her too, obviously, Ava.
It has been, and she's such a strong competitor. That was a strong, powerful break there. She didn't make anything. And all she's left for Iris is an opportunity for a safety here, Mitch. Looks like she can clip this one ball, sending the cue ball one direction and the one to the other. Trying to hide behind the balls down there. It came up short there, but at least she has left no shot for Yuram.
Right off the bat, a little bit of a difference. Iris Renola with a break and run in the opening rack. No balls on the break for Yuram in the second rack.
Which is surprising considering how hard she hits those balls on the break. I'm not sure what she did there, Mitch. If she went for that bank, at least she played it on the short side. And the right speeds where she didn't really leave a easy shot anyway for Iris. She went for the cut. That was a tall order right there. Did she get lucky?
You see she did. You saw that face that Yuram made.
From that angle, it looked like the one might be able to go in the side pocket if she can hit enough of it. She's going to look at it here. That is a very sharp angle into the side pocket, though. And these pockets are tight. This is the Go Crown Professional Series, which means those side pockets and corner pockets are much tighter than it would be on a regular table. They're playing great, but very tight. And there's the reason why she played a safety there, just took the safe road. You know, she also tied up the 2 and 9 down here. This pocket is blocked, it looks like, by the 3 ball, but she doesn't really want to make this anyway. She's going to want to play a safety since the 2 and 9 are tied up. Oh. She wasn't really playing that. She was trying to hide the cue ball behind the 3. We'll see now what Yoram can do with his 2 and 9. One ball, obviously not a problem. Can't really play a safety on it, so she's going to have to come up with a safe on the 2 ball. No, she's trying to break him up.
Did not get there. 21 years old is Yoram Cha. They call her Little Lightning in Korea. We have seen that lightning this week.
She's got her work cut out for her here, Mitch. She's going to try to play a safety here on the 2, but she's got to watch it. You could see tournament director Steve Tipton kind of getting close here, wanting to make sure not only she gets a good hit on this 2 ball, but whoa. If that would have touched either one of those balls, that would have been a foul, because we're playing fouls on all balls. So anything that gets touched other than the cue ball with the tip of that cue would be considered a foul. She did not make the foul, but on the other hand, she has left an open shot. She didn't quite get behind that 9 ball where she wanted. So open combination chance here for Iris.
You just have to be so precise with every shot. Safeties as well. Nice combination by Iris there.
She hit that really well, and she's left herself a good shot on the 2 and a chance to run this table, Mitch.
Nice play on the 2. Let's go back down to the floor and Allison Fisher.
Some interesting facts about these 2 players. Both left-handed players, but I noticed that Iris Renola actually uses the bridge right-handed, so that's a little unusual for players to do.
That's true, Allison, but there's a lot of people that do that opposite-handed thing. There might be a right-handed player and actually play the game left-handed and vice versa. And a lot of times when you learn when you're younger, you tend to emulate whoever you're watching, and it's kind of a mirror image, so you do what you see them doing. And
we know whose idol Iris Renola had, Allison Fisher.
That's true.
And maybe because Allison uses the bridge right hand.
You never know.
Maybe she chooses to do that.
And Iris is fairly short, so she's, even though she is not from the snooker background the way Allison is, I am sure she's used the bridge quite a bit in her career.
Moving well through this rack at this point. So you see the chance that she got based on a poor safety by Yoram, very big in the 2nd rack, already leading 1-0. Oh!
That was just taking the eye. It jumped up, she kind of moved away back from the shot, and she looked as surprised as anybody else in the room did, missing that shot.
Big turnaround now for Yoram. I'm sure never expected to get back to the table. 3 balls left to tie the match up. Back down to Allison.
I haven't experienced these 2 players playing much before. Obviously, I lost to Iris Renola, so I know how well she can play. But looking at Yoram Cha out there, she looks so composed and very much in control of her emotions. Even when a few things haven't gone her way, she's really holding it together, and that's what a champion needs to do.
That and taking advantage of your opponent's mistakes, and that's what looks like she's going to be able to do here. Big miss on the 5 ball there by Iris, and that is after Iris has looked so solid both through the quarterfinals and so far in the semifinal match. But a big opening and a chance to tie this match up for Yoram Cha.
We will feel the pressure mount as this match moves along. At stake, a seat in the finals of the United States Open 9-ball championship. Back after this. Welcome back to the fantastic Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma, and the U.S. Open 9-ball championship all week. A lot of activity. Kathy Metziger, one of the talented players on tour, doing some great work for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, and we appreciate Kathy doing that. Let's look at these powerful breaks. 2 small players, Ava, but boy, they get a lot out of it.
They really do. They both break off the rail, Mitch, both left-handed. And it is amazing to me how much power Yoram gets into this. You look at Renola, how high she gets up. She kicks that leg up. Her whole body is into the break. But Yoram is all arm, but she still gets such a powerful break off. Different styles, same great results. Both have a really good break.
And as we get ready for rack 5, here's some highlights. First from rack 3.
Good break again by Renola. Looks like she's going to have a great opportunity to run out here, but that one ball gets tied up. Few misses. A big opportunity for Renola here to run out. Misses that too. Gives Yoram a chance to take the lead 2-1. Moving into rack 4. Another great break by Yoram. She loses the cue ball a little bit, but she does have an open shot at the 2. She misses that. They go into safety game, and look at here, really good safety by Yoram. Accidentally makes that 2 ball, but it works out okay. She takes it from there, runs out, comes with that great backwards cut on the 9, and she extends her lead to 3-1.
And that was 3 racks in a row. Look at this week for Yoram. Early loss to Sarah Ellerby in the double elimination format and wins over Gerda Hofstetter, Xiaoting Pan, and Karen Kaur. Xiaoting and Karen, 2 of the top 4 players in the world. Gerda Hofstetter, top 10 player, former BCA and world 9-ball champion. And that is a big, big week for a 21-year-old playing in only her second WPBA event, as is Iris Renola. What a semifinal matchup. Incredible weeks for both of them.
And what a great statistic that is. 63% of the time, Iris makes a ball on the break. This time, she's going to have to push out, probably down in this area because she is snookered on that 1 ball. But as we know, it's not all about breaking and running out. It's about breaking and then controlling the table from there, playing the smart plays, winning the safety battles.
Steve letting her know that that ball is not frozen against the rail.
And what that means is if the ball would be frozen, you can't just roll up to something else has to hit a rail after contact. Either the cue ball would have to hit a rail or the 1 would have to hit a different rail, because when the ball is frozen to the rail, it's considered part of it. Well, I would say a good shot. I know the crowd's excited. It was a good bank shot. Unfortunately, it's not what she wanted to do. She was playing a safety. Looks like she just hit it off. She was trying to play it short, back over on the rail again. You can see where the cue ball is. That is not where she wanted it for the 2. So she was definitely playing a safe there, and she's getting punished.
And Ava mentioned just a second ago that after contact, one of the 2 balls has to hit a cushion.
No rail after contact.
And there is Steve Tipton explaining it. No rail after contact, ball in hand for Iris. And with the table this open, Ava, this is exactly what Iris needed. Down 1-3 in a race to 7 to get back into the mix here in rack number 5.
Yeah, and she's going to have to be careful here. You know, she's made a couple of, unwarranted mistakes, just missing some easy shots, unforced errors. So even though this table is wide open, she still has to really keep her focus. Not be afraid of running out, but just not take anything for granted, not to take your eye or your attention off this run out.
Players have not faced each other, both from Asia. This is the first time matchup for the 31-year-old Iris, 21-year-old Yoram. Let's go back down to the floor. Allison Fisher with a guest.
I'm joined now by Rob Sheets, who's the Vice President of International Sales for Brunswick Billiards. Rob, thanks for being here. How are you enjoying the US Open so far?
Oh, this is a fantastic venue. They're great to us here at the casino, and it's nice to see some new players and some new faces, unfortunately for you.
I thought you would say that. I mean, I'm very excited for the players too. I wish I was out there, but not to be. So how long have you been a supporter of a WPBA now?
Oh goodness, I'd have to go back at least 10 years in my time here at Brunswick Billiards, but really probably 15, 20 years.
Yeah, that's great, and we very much appreciate that. So what do you see as the new growth areas in pool and what's happening?
Well, I've been spending a lot of time in international markets where we're growing the sport of American pool. specifically India, Korea, Turkey. A lot of new places. Wherever there's a cue sport already being played, we want to see our tables there and start promoting this game.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Let's get back to the action.
Thank you.
And nobody has done more through the years than Brunswick Billiards. Even when I first started in the 80s, they were promoting, especially women's billiards. It was not that big of a thing back then, and they were there promoting it, helping it out. And we really have seen, especially on the WPBA tour, the growth of pool on a worldwide basis. This used to be considered an American game, and now it's everywhere.
Tough shot here on the 8 for Iris, but no problem. And I have to agree, Ava, we're always glad to see Rob Sheets out there, the international man of mystery, traveling the world in the name of the game. Beautiful play here.
Great play on the 8, you're right, but she has left herself a bit of a tester here on the 9. You can see the angle she has. Careful with that cue ball. Great shot.
Both of these players fully capable of tremendous shot making. Iris Renola, a little bit more about her behind the cue.
I started playing pool when I was a kid because my dad used to play pool and he's good at it. I stopped playing because he said that there's no future in pool for women. So I get back when I was in college, like 2002, and started playing again because I really love the sport. Like, it's in my blood. Like, it seems like I can't go to bed, or my day's not complete if I'm not playing pool. I don't know why. I just love to play. I turned pro in the Philippines after 3 years, like 2005. But it was really my dream to play in WPBA tours. I think I just have to stay focused. That's it. Stay focused on my game and not to think about anything else. Just the table and me, because I'm playing myself. It's my first year in the tour, so I'll just play my best and I'll try to make them proud, my country proud.
My tip of the day is the follow-through. The follow-through is a very important part of the shot. But the follow-through is not only a unique thing in pool, you will also see it in other sports such as golf and tennis. What you basically do is when you hit the cue ball, you don't stop the cue, you accelerate through the cue ball. I'm going to show it now. So with a good and solid follow-through, you will get more effect on the ball with less power. And that's my tip of the day.
All right, we are here, and the good news and the bad news is pretty evident. The good news is we get to have Alison Fisher alongside during the course of this match, and we are thrilled to have you with us and giving your expert opinions. The bad news, of course, it means that you are not playing out there, a spot you're normally used to being in right now. Tell us about this week here in Norman, a historic one. I hate to bring it up again, the first time ever since you came over that you went 2 and out and were knocked out so quickly.
Well, I think that everyone should experience it in their careers, a 2 and out. It's very humbling, and it just made me all fired up for the next tournament. The only thing I wish is it wasn't the US Open, because it is a major, and I'm holding the title. Obviously not anymore, so hopefully it'll go to a good player.
I think it will.
Now, speaking of good player, you had a chance to play Iris, your very first match. Have you ever played Joram Shah? And what do you think of the two players and chances of winning the tournament from here?
I think it's very exciting for them both because it's their first time out there in these conditions in a major event. Iris played so well against me. She broke well. She was very relaxed, which I didn't really like. I was hoping there'd be a few nerves. Unfortunately, it was on my side, I think. We had a close game and she held it together and finished the job. I haven't played Joram Shah, and I'm not sure that I really want to right now. But actually, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to playing them both again because they're both young players. They're doing great for the sport, and I'm sure I'm going to kick some butt later on.
Well, we're sure too. These two, evidence of the great international flavor of the tour. You two are largely responsible for these two players being here. Let's get back to the action.
job. That was far better than your first attempt.
Inside the Riverwind Casino, we're getting ready to move to rack number 8. First, some highlights from rack 6 to start it off.
Good shot on the one ball by Uram, but was not paying attention to the cue ball at all. Scratches, but again, Iris misses an opportunity to take advantage, gives it right back to Uram Shah, who takes the lead even farther, 4 games to 2. And in game 7, another miss by Iris Renola, but she places safety. Uram kicks at it and leaves this open shot for Iris, a chance for Iris to redeem herself and to bring it to 4-3.
So as we move into rack number 8, Uram Cha with the break. Last couple of times she had the break, she made 2 balls each of those times. Let's see if she can continue that streak, Ava.
Well, she put so much power, so much speed into that break. Another solid cue ball in the middle of the table, open shot at the 1. She can make the 1 ball down in this quarter pocket. Some low right will bring the cue ball across into here, and check this out. She's got a chance at the 2-9 combo into the corner pocket. Just a little bit of low right. She doesn't want to go into the 7. Comes just short of the 7 ball right here. Nice speed. That's perfect. She touched it. She just made things a little bit tougher on herself, but she still has an open shot at the 2-9 combo. It's a tricky little angle, Mitch. If the 9 ball was a little bit closer to the corner pocket, that's one thing, but they're hard to see. It's hard because you're kind of shooting it backwards. So you really have to keep your head down on this. Pick a spot you want to hit the 2 towards. Keep your head down. Favor playing it short, so even if it goes rail first, you're still going to make the 9.
No! At the last second, it tumbles in.
You see it right there. She hit it way too full. She's got that look on her face going, how did that go in?
All right, Uram Cha with a big shot. Gets back to a 2-rack lead. Here's some trivia for you, courtesy of Simonis, who taught a former NBA player a trick shot at the 2006 NBA All-Star Game. We'll have the answer for you when we come back. Our trivia question is, who taught a former NBA player a trick shot at the 2006 NBA All-Star Game?
The answer is Charles Barkley, and I taught him the shot at the Wynn Cooper Rowing Company in Denver, Colorado in the 2006 NBA All-Stars game.
Good job, Charles. Good job, Melissa. Here at the Riverwind Casino. Terrific action inside. Every year, the WPBA invites the American Pool Players Association U.S. Amateur Champion to play in the Open. This year's winner was Tina Larson, but the Amateur Champion is no stranger to professional competition.
I've played on the WPBA Tour on and off for about 17 years because I love the competition. You know, it's great competition. I've been gone for 2 years. I haven't really played competitively at this level, and trying to get back into it is very grueling. I have been an APA member for about 15 years. I still do it every year. I've been doing it every year since I was 22. I absolutely love it. The APA sponsors the US Amateur, which is a tournament that I'd won, to get the berth spot here. I think my most memorable moment here for this tournament was being able to actually play the star on the tour, which would be Jasmine Ocean, my first round. And I learned a lot, actually, watching her play. It's always a positive experience to play in a WPBA event. I find it to be a privilege, actually. It's just a completely different atmosphere. It's completely different when you're under the lights playing. And I absolutely love it. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
Congratulations to Tina. And as we get ready to move into rack number 10, let's show you the highlights from rack 9 to break the story, Ava.
It sure was. Big scratch there by Iris. Open table for Yoram, but look what she does here. She got a little out of the line, had to come with a big shot on the floor, did not, and finally gave one back to Iris.
So we have seen both players miss some critical shots. Understandable as far as I'm concerned. Trying to get to the finals of the U.S. Open 9-ball championship here in Norman, Oklahoma. Mitch Lawrence and the striking Viking. Ava Mattia Lawrence, Allison Fisher down on the floor. And it's getting down to it, a race to 7 for one spot in the finals.
Another powerful break by Yoram Cha, but again, she came up dry. Good thing for her. Cue ball way at the other end of the table. And I'm not sure that she can see the one. It's going to be close if she can see this one ball. It's a tough situation for Renola. She looks like she's going to be pushing out. Even if she could see it, that's not a bad move on Iris's part. It was a tough situation to play a safety on. You know, it's almost like the tide has turned here, Mitch. It is like the tide has turned, where Yoram has started making some unforced errors, and Iris has been able to take advantage. She's creeping back into this match, and there's only one game separating now at this point. And Iris is starting to look more comfortable, more like she did in her quarterfinal match.
Not happy with that play as Yoram. You know, Iris, that scratch on the break uncharacteristic this week for Iris. Only twice in 35 breaks coming into this match had she scratched. So not a good time for it, but let's see if she'll be able to get it back. And shots like that can certainly help. Wow.
That was loud and clear, wasn't it? Jacked up a little bit over the 3-ball. Came with a dead straight stroke there. And we'll see what she can do here. The only issue she might have is that 4-6 up there. It looks like it's going to be straight enough to where she can play the combination. But she also has an angle here where it looks she might be able to come on the other side and play the 4-ball in the corner. Either decision she picks. Yeah, she's going to play it in the corner. Well done.
Got into the U.S. Open by virtue of her play at the Virginia State Open 9-ball championship. One of the great things about the U.S. Open, qualifiers only can come from state championships. It's a fantastic feature of this event. No. No. We have seen that a number of times from Iris Renola.
Looked like she got down on that very quickly, Mitch. Quick pull back there. She didn't like the position. She was a little unsure where the cue ball was heading, but you got to make the ball. You absolutely, especially in that situation, that was not a tough shot. And then just trust that whatever happens with position, you'll deal with it then.
Yoram not happy right there. You know what, Ava? You got to feel the pressure now really starting to get to both of these players. 5-4, race to 7. One's going to the finals. And they've both had tremendous weeks, but every shot carries with it so much.
I think what happens in this situation, too, is that I think what happens is that the seriousness of the situation kind of dawns on you at this point. Both of them have done better than they ever dreamt of when they first came here, but now all of a sudden they can kind of start smelling the win. They can actually realize that if I win this, I'm in the finals of the U.S. Open, and when that dawns on you, the nerves can really wreak havoc with you.
Critical rack here. Let's get some thoughts down on the floor from Allison Fisher. Allie?
It's a very interesting match to watch from the sidelines because looking at the emotions of both players, Yoram Cha looks so composed out there, like she's been playing all her life under the cameras and in the spotlight. And yet Iris Renola, she's just free-spirited and very relaxed. She's made mistakes, but she seems to be bouncing back. So who knows which way it's going to go, but we're in for a great rest of the match.
Look outside, no problem. Good position there on the 8. And a nice comeback here by Iris Renola. It looks like she's going to be able to bring it to 5-5, Mitch.
2 racks in a row for Iris. And as Allison said, we are in for one heck of a great semifinal matchup. 2 unknowns at the beginning of the week, but we're getting to know them big time now. Welcome back to the Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma, in the U.S. Open 9-ball championship. Kelly Fisher and Jeanette Lee getting ready for their semifinal matchup. Here's a look at 16 players who had wonderful weeks here in Norman. Among them, our top finisher, Vivian Villarreal, the Texas Tornado. Some thoughts from her brought to you by Mueller.
In this caliber, it's going to go down to the break. It goes down to mental game, your mental game and your shot making ability. That's how I feel. You know, I've had a lot of things that have happened, you know, in my life. And when you get into a slump, you know, it's kind of hard to get out of. But to me, that's a challenge. So as an athlete, you know, I enjoy the challenge, the competitiveness with everybody.
Congrats to Vivian. Here it goes. And as we get ready to move into rack 12, let's look at the highlights from rack 11. We were tied at 5 games apiece at this point, Ava.
And after making a ball on the break, Iris ends up snookering herself on the 2, tries to play a safety, scratches. Gets back to the table, however, makes that mistake on the 7, and then look at this, a big miss by Yoram on that combination, but she gets lucky. Leaves nothing for Iris. Iris kicks a really good safety shot here, but look at the shot that Yoram comes with on the 7 to be the first one to reach the hill, 6 games to 5.
And this match has been very interesting. Neither player establishing command. We've seen a lot of missed shots, a lot of great shots, and that one on the 7 might be the one that Yoram remembers on her way to the finals. We'll find out.
Solid break there. Cue ball stuck right in the middle of the table. Made 2 balls, including the 1. And unfortunately for Yoram, the 2 is down here on the end rail. She's got a few balls here, the 9, the 8, the 5, that she can choose to try to hide behind. She's going to split the cue ball and the 2, try to hide the cue ball behind the blockers. Not quite hard enough. She wanted to get up behind that 5 ball. And she just left a chance for Iris to play a safety here, just hitting the 2 ball into the 8. She wants it to stop on the 8, send the cue ball down this direction toward the 6 and hide it behind the 9 ball. It's just a thin hit, a little bit of right spin. It's keeping that 2 on the 8. Oh, no, she chose not to, but look at this. She's left an open shot. That's no good. And you know, she never even kind of walked over to take a look at it. She stood in one place. And when you're playing pool, you constantly need to be moving. You need to look at angles and see it from different directions to really pick your spot. That is a big moment. You can't miss a safety like that. And it's a thin cut for your round, but she should have no problems making this 2 ball on the side. Beauty with a shot. She can just tap the cue ball, go down to the rail, and come back up again. Oh. No good. Well, maybe Iris had a greater plan there. And Yoram fell for it. You can see right there, just too thick of a hit. Way undercut the 2 ball. And Iris is looking at this angle. It looks like she may have to play, or have the opportunity to play the 2 ball off the 7 to keep the cue ball there for the 4. Good shot, very convenient place for the 7 to be. Just hit and stop. Created a little bit of an issue with the 8 ball getting behind the 9. You can see that now all of a sudden there's only 1 pocket for the 8, so she's going to have to really pay attention position from the 7 to the 8. Watch out, she doesn't want to touch that 6. That would be foul and ball on hand for Yoram. It's just below her as she's reaching over the table.
Nice. Little distractions can prove deadly sometimes. She was able to handle that one.
And she wanted to have an angle there, Mitch, to come on the other side of the 6, but all she has to do now is roll down a little bit. No.
And she cannot look at it, and that's why.
Well, don't know what to say there. Big mistake, needless to say, especially at this particular situation in the match. Yuram Cha on the hill, ball in hand with 4 balls left on the table. Now this is the key shot for Yuram here to move on to the finals. She gets straight in on this 7 ball. This is where she needs to be. She should be home free. Slow down. She wants it to slow down. Tell you what, Mitch, this is not over yet. Way the wrong angle here.
As soon as she hit it, you saw her tapping the table. She knew she got too much out of it. Takes her extension here.
She needs to go across the table and back. I don't think she can go straight into the balls with the cue ball. She needs to get the cue ball back on the other side to play the 8 in the left corner pocket. Way more work than she'd like to do in this spot. Oh, is she going to get lucky again?
I would say that is a couple of big-time lucky rolls for Yuram Cha.
You can see it right there. Yuram Cha snookered Iris Renola behind the 8 ball. Last game we saw where she missed a combination on the 9 and snookered Iris. We'll see what Iris can do. She's going to go rail first, trying to make this, not just hit it. No. That'll work. She'll take that. Nope, no good.
She hit that one really quickly too, I think, Ava. So hard to know. Neither one of these players have we seen enough to really know their patterns of play when things are tough, how they react to different situations. I don't think they even know. This is such a new place for them to be. Neither one has been in the semifinals, let alone the semifinals of the US Open. There's the 7. And
Yuram's just cinching balls now. I mean, she really didn't even hit that with any kind of a touch. She had to hit it with some reverse, and she knew she definitely wanted to make the ball, but you have to play the shot, make the ball and the position. Now she has left herself beyond a tester match. She wanted to be about 1.5 feet shorter than this. Here is where it really is just cinching the ball. You'll get built in position. It'll come 3 or 4 rails around the table. Nope. Got perfect on the 9, but what good is that if you hang up the 8 ball and Iris is getting out of her chair, absolutely amazed after the 2 chances that Yuram has had to finish this off, and keeps giving it back to Iris.
stood there and stared at it for a long, long time, did Yuram. And Iris wants that to stop. She is now going to have to come with a good shot on the 9. It all comes down to this for Iris. She has no place else to go. Yuram on the hill. This shot to tie the match up. And that is some pretty cool work by Iris Renola. Wow. Well, it doesn't matter how you get there. We are with 2 players on the hill here in Norman. One of them is about to move to the finals of the US Open.
This ESPN presentation of the WPBA US Open 9-Ball Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association is brought to you by Brunswick. Brunswick Billiards since 1845. The standard of superior craftsmanship preferred by experts around the world. By the American Pool Players Association, the largest amateur pool association in America. And by Q-Tech, serious cues for serious players and choice of the world's most dominant player.
The Riverwind Casino, the U.S. Open 9-ball championship presented by the American Pool Players Association. 12 racks played, both players on the hill. They'll each have 2 extensions in this final rack. Race to 7, one will get to the finals of the U.S. Open, and unbelievable.
What a break.
Look at this break by Iris Renola.
Fantastic. Watch the follow through on that break. The shaft bends slightly as she's coming through it. Long, solid follow through. 4 balls on the break, and she has an open shot here on the 2-8 combination. The 3 is open, the 6 is by a pocket, the 9 ball in the center of the table. What an opportunity for Iris.
Are you
Perfect
kidding me?
Shot on the combination right there. Solid enough. She keeps the 2 ball down there with a cue ball.
Just incredible. Every other break that Iris has had, the most, she makes 1 ball on all the other breaks, makes 2 balls on another break, but scratches. And you know, early on, Abe, I mentioned about winning the lag early and getting the first break and the possibility of the last break, and
That's
that is exactly what Iris just did.
It is so important in this format where we play alternate breaks. But I have to really give props here to Iris. Many players, hill like this, you will take a little bit off the break to make sure you don't fly off the table, make sure you don't scratch, because you want to stay in the game. She let it all out on that break, held nothing back, and what a phenomenal ending to a tough, grueling match by Iris.
Well, we saw her make a good shot on the 9 to get to the hill. This one will send her into the finals. And this has been a testing match between 2 up-and-coming talented players. Wow. Iris Renola moves into the finals. Here's our updated Pool Dog Road to the finals. Iris will meet the winner of the Jeanette Lee and Kelly Fisher match. And now here's Ava with a word from Iris.
What an amazing finish to an amazing match. Great break there to finish it. You must be elated, Iris.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to happen in my final break. Like, I scratched in the break and had bad breaks at first. Yeah, I'm so nervous. I didn't even know. I can't believe I won. She played very good. She didn't miss a shot except for the last part. That's why I just had a chance to came back like, oh my, I can't believe it.
All right, well, congratulations anyway. We look forward to seeing you in the finals.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mitch.
Thanks, Ava. It is time for our super shot of the match, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. And you just have to be amazed at the timing. You see the star effect. 4 balls on the break in rack 13, and Iris Renola takes advantage. Just incredible. Perfect way to end that semifinal matchup. Iris moves into the finals. We will find out who the other finalist will be. Jeanette Lee, Kelly Fisher getting ready to see if they can match that excitement. We fully expect that to happen. It's been a wonderful week for Yuram Cha. Congratulations to her, the talented 21-year-old. We know we'll see her again. And for Iris Renola, the dream week continues. It's on to the finals of the U.S. Open. For Allison Fisher and Ava Mattia Lawrence, I'm Mitch Lawrence. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.